Okay, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Testing, testing. Alright guys, welcome back to another stream, a sort of surprise stream. I don't even think I talked about this on my Doom stream on Thursday, but yeah, this is Stargunner for the PC. This is a 1996 MS-DOS title, published by Apogee. I completely forgot who developed it. It's somewhere in the credits. We'll see it sometime during this stream. But this is an awesome shoot 'em up. I actually owned this one back in the day. In the late 90s, my parents bought me a random copy of this game, as they oftentimes did if they'd be out shopping at a big box retailer. There were a lot of PC games back then that were liquidated and budgeted out at really cheap prices, and so a lot of times, a lot of weekends, my parents would come home with a new PC game or two because it was cheap. And Stargunner was one of those, and really liked this game back in the day. I played it a lot. It's got really nice graphics, really nice music, and it's got sort of a Raptor Call of the Shadows style gameplay system where it defaults to mouse controls. You can still use the keyboard, you can use a joystick, you can use a gamepad, but we're going to be playing with mouse controls like I used to back in the day. You collect money, you buy upgrades and whatnot to make your ship beefier and better. And but it's side-scrolling instead of top-down, like Raptor was top-down. But you know what's funny is, like, even though I played it a lot back in the day, I never made it very far. I played through the first episode, just a little bit of the second episode, and not much more than that. I never even bothered with episodes 3 and 4, surprisingly. I just played episode 1 over and over again. Mainly because the game, I think, was just really difficult, and I had a really difficult time with it back in the day. But this week on Twitch, I actually beat the game for the very first time, and learned some new strategies which helped me get through the later episodes and whatnot. So what we're going to do is we're going to play through I'm assuming the whole game. I think I can do it in one sitting. All 4 episodes, and I'll show off some of my strategies that I figured out this week playing this game. And yeah, so it should be a fun stream. It's, like I said, great looking game, great sounding game. It's got some questionable level design and boss design here and there, but I think we'll be fine overall. And yeah, it should still be a good time. For those of you guys wondering, we're actually running this on an old retro PC build that I put together at the end of last year. It's running Windows 98. Windows 98 supports MS-DOS titles, just like Windows 95 does, so a lot of MS-DOS titles you can just run straight within the operating system, or if you have troubles with them, you can reboot into what's called, I guess, real DOS mode. But we don't have to do that with Stargunner. We might have to restart the game a couple times over the course of the stream, because I noticed on Twitch we would beat an episode and it would refuse to play the cutscene, and we had to basically restart the game and restart the computer for that to show up. So if that happens, I'll stop the game, I'll restart the system, that way we can see the ending of later episodes. Yeah, for those of you guys that, you know, don't have a way of playing, you know, on old PCs like I do, you can actually get Stargunner on GOG, and I have a link in the description box below. It is 100% free on GOG. Apogee basically made this freeware in the early 2000s, along with a couple of other titles. So all you need to do is just sign up for a GOG account. It's free, And if you search for Stargunner in their search box, it'll come up. You just add it to cart. It'll cost $0, and it'll get added to your game library. They have a couple of other games like that too on their site. Like I think Beneath the Steel Sky is still free. There are a couple other point-and-click adventures that are free. Tyrian 2000, another fantastic shoot-'em-up, and then Stargunner. So if you want to play this yourself, it's free. You can run it on a modern operating system. It comes pre-packaged with DOSBox if you get the GOG version, so there's no configuration setup. It's just you download it, you run the executable, or you run the EXE, and bam, there you go. You're in Stargunner land. So I do recommend checking it out if you like what you see. So, but yeah, with that, guys, yeah, thanks for tuning in on this surprise Saturday stream. Also, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the old Patreon shoutouts as always. So, as always, guys, thanks for the continued support on places like Patreon. Big shout out to Sketchcraft, who actually backed the channel today. I actually saw that come in right before doing the stream, so I was able to update the slide here. So thank you, Sketchcraft, for supporting the stream and channel, not just stream, but the channel via Patreon. If anyone's interested in tossing a bone my way on a monthly basis to help out the channel, links are in the description box as always. Little as $1 a month can go a long way here. So, but also thanks to everyone that's been doing super chats. I'm gonna have to update this list next Thursday, but thanks to everyone that's been doing super chats. That's also helped out a ton. And thank you to our current channel members as well. And just remember, channel members, use those emotes. That's what they're there for. We got 6 emotes, and the more channel members we get, the more emotes I can add, so I can try to add some other stuff over time. So, but yeah, thanks everyone for your continued support. And by the way, Patreon backers, I know I was late on the next Let's Play, but I posted it today. So it is there on Patreon, so if you want to see next week's Let's Play, still early, not as early as it's supposed to be on Patreon, but still early. Go check it out on Patreon right now. And I'm going to also try to get to recording that next question and answer session. Remember that if you are a Patreon backer, you can participate in those Q&As and send questions my way. So that's one perk to being a patron. So, but all right, let's scroll through the chat here real quick. So Mika Never Dies, Catmere Cash, welcome back. Desan, Raymond, Cameron, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. This is 4. Welcome to the stream. And looks like we got Carlos is taking a shower. Brandon DeLarge, welcome back, man. Mark Havener. Did I update Mark? I don't think I updated Mark's name on the super chat slide. Did I update it? Nope. It's still. Sorry, Mark. you're gonna have to deal with it, Mark. Trust me, people mispronounce my last name all the time. Like, no one can get it right. So, I think a K instead of a C isn't the end of the world, but I will fix that later on. Joseph Garcia, welcome back. Alright, let me get situated here. This is going to take a couple moments. I'm actually sitting in front of my main desktop right now, but I have to rotate the mic in front of my retro PC. For those of you guys that stick around to the end, I might be able to do another cameo of my cat if you guys are interested, and I can show you the recording setup if you're interested. So, oh, I didn't get my my camcorder set up. I could no, we're not gonna do that. Ah, man, I didn't even think about that. Okay, all right, hold on a second. I'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are fully situated. This is I've got it set up a little bit better than I did on my Doom stream, so we are using the pop filter. So hopefully there are much less pops on the stream. I was listening to the Doom stream, and I was really disappointed that there were so many pops, which makes sense. I didn't have a pop filter, I was talking close to the mic. I also disabled the noise filter, or the noise gate. I noticed that it was making my voice sound a little weird, and I barely had it activated either. Like, I had it almost about as minimum as you can go, but it was still affecting, you know, like the start and stop of each sentence. And so I disabled that. I think we'll be fine overall. So, hey, Manfred, welcome back, man. How are you doing today? Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this game. Again, like I said, we're going to be doing mouse controls here for the entirety of the playthrough, but, you know, I will go through some of these menus here so you guys can see what's going on. You have two power-up types, Pulse and Plasma. You have shield power-ups, you have life power-ups. You do have a health bar in this game, so shield actually gives you your health back. Life is an extra life, so that's actually very good. These little green diamonds, that's money. You can also get credits, which is also money, and then mega credits, which is the most money you can get in one fell swoop. Nuke is your last resort bomb. You can carry up to 4 of those, and you can also activate them via power-ups as well on the playfield. There is also invincibility. If you see these, get them. They're really, really good. You've also got mega point icons. Those are good too because you do get extra lives from points. It is very, very easy to die in Stargunner. Stargunner. It's very easy to die in Stargunner. If you collide with objects in this game, be it walls or just enemies, you die instantly. Doesn't matter how much shield you have. And that's one of the things that makes this game hard, is you will die instantly a lot in this game. Now, if you make contact with bullets, you do lose a little bit of shield, so touching bullets isn't anywhere near as dangerous, but you still have to watch out for your shield bar as well. The mystery icon here, you'll just get a random mystery award. It could be a power-up, it could be, you know, a weapon change, it could be credits, something like that. These little sparkly things here, that actually indicates that there's some sort of power-up if you move your ship into it. Now, you'll notice big chains of these, and they usually indicate that you have to move your ship into them in a very specific direction, which is kind of interesting. So there's a little bit of a puzzle element at parts. And then here are the credits, and it doesn't even say... It doesn't even say what the company is that actually developed this game. I thought there was an actual company name, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just a band of dudes that Apogee paid. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's made in Australia too. It's an Australian game, which is really cool. I don't know how many DOS games I played that were developed in Australia. So, but yeah, that's the information. Here's your configuration screen as well. You've got lots of control options. Again, we're going to use the mouse. You've got keyboard setup. You can change all your controls and movement and whatnot. There's a lot of flexibility here, which is great, man. I've been revisiting a lot of DOS games that don't have a lot of flexibility, but Stargunner has a lot of stuff here. By the way, if you're playing on a really fast system like I am, you want to disable the refresh rate, because it'll make the game really choppy if your system is too fast. My system is way faster than Stargunner was ever designed for. Like, this game is supposed to run on, like, low-end Pentium systems. My processor is, like, 10 times faster than the Pentium that this game was designed to run on. This is a 2.1, 2.2 gigahertz processor from 2001, 2002, or something like that. So, yeah, you want to disable the refresh rate, otherwise the game will likely run way too fast for you. If you're using actual hardware, if you're playing in DOSBox, you probably don't need to disable that. But yeah, we've got sound options as well. You got voice effect female. I'm going to actually select the voice effect as male, because I find that his voice is a little more clear. You can actually tell what he's saying. The female voice is kind of muffled, and you can't really understand what she's saying. But then you also have a jukebox, which is great. So you can just jam out to the music all you want. If you have the original version of this game on CD, it also has a CD version of the soundtrack, which is basically the same tunes, but they might be a little more crisp. But that was always really cool, because you could take the CD, pop it in a CD player, and still jam out to the music, which was awesome. So, but yeah, we're actually not running via the CD. We're just, you can install Stargunner. It doesn't require the CD after you've installed it. And the music still sounds awesome, sampled from your sound card. It's really, really good stuff. So, you also got a high score table. You can see that I've played this game quite a bit here, over the last week in particular. And, you can run the demo. It's got ordering information. This is what you'd go. This is what you'd see if, you know, you were playing the shareware version or something like that. But yeah, we're not doing the shareware version. We're doing the full version of the game. You can also save and load games. You can save at any moment that you're at a shop. So after every level, you can save your game. You can also reload your game, which is nice. So let's go play mission. I'll go ahead and just select my my main file here. We're going to do the medium difficulty mode. I've never really played the hardest. I've never really played the easiest. But the game is plenty difficult on the medium difficulty. If we have some time left over at the end of the stream, maybe I'll try the hardest difficulty mode. But again, you have 4 episodes here. And what I found is that each episode has... or there are 3 main themes in the game. You've got space themes, you've got ground themes, and you've got water themes. And episode 2 focuses on the space theme, episode 3 focuses on the ground theme, episode 4 focuses on the water theme, and the scout mission here, episode 1, focuses on all 3. So we'll do a couple levels in space, a couple on the ground, a couple underwater. So let's go ahead and hit that, and there's going to be a Star Wars type text crawl in the beginning. I will let all the story play out and whatnot, so you guys can see that. Tony, playing old PC games, man, you don't need an old PC to play old PC games. You just need DOSBox on a modern system. And for someone like you that's not really... I don't want to say not computer savvy, but like someone that hasn't messed with old PCs much, these games come pre-packaged with all the tools you need to get them running via places like Steam or GOG. GOG is the best place for DOS titles. And if you sign up at GOG... Stargunner is a free game. You download it, you install it like any other modern game, and then you just run it, and that's it. GOG is pre-configured everything, so you don't have to do anything. You just download Stargunner, you run it, it works. It'll work on anything from Windows XP up through Windows 10. So, like, if you're interested in these, I highly recommend checking them out on modern systems via places like GOG. You can get stuff like Raptor, Call of the Shadows, Stargunner, Tyrian 2000 is another free one. There's so many other great DOS games that if you didn't experience these games back in the day, I highly recommend you check them out and try them today. Well, not today, but you know, like in the current day and age is what I mean. So, and I've got my game room door propped open for this stream, so my cat's running in and out and howling at me, so you guys might hear her in the background. So, but alright, so we have 1,500 credits to start, and this is our base ship here. We've got the slowest engine in the game. We have 2 nukes, which are basically last resort bombs. Or not last resort, because nukes are really cheap, so you can buy a lot of them after each stage. What I'm going to do here, one strategy is to not do any upgrades on the first level, and then get as much cash as you can, and then when you go into the second level, you'll have enough money to buy the best engine, which makes you the fastest. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually buy the plasma bomb here. I'm gonna ignore an engine upgrade, buy 2 plasma bombs, and this is probably gonna be my strategy for most of the playthrough. And I'm just gonna stick with that. I'm gonna bank these 500 credits, and even though I'm gonna be really slow, really unbearably slow, I should come out with enough money to get myself the 3rd best engine. I might not even go with the best engine, because the 3rd best engine at $3,000 is still a good value, as opposed to $4,500 for the best one. So, let's go ahead and just hit play. And there we go. Unbearably slow. Oh my god, I am so slow. But that's okay. I've got 2 guns. You notice I'm firing out missiles from the tops and bottom of my ship, which is good. And we're just going to be taking things relatively safe here. It's this first level and well, I don't want to say the first episode in general, but the first level really isn't that bad in terms of difficulty. It's the other episodes that really, or episode 2 in particular, I think really starts cranking up that difficulty. So again, one thing you have to keep in mind in this game is running into enemies is bad. Whenever you touch a solid object, whether it's a wall or an enemy, you die instantly. So you need to be careful. And there are a lot of points in the game that have like gaps on the tops and bottoms of the screen. You don't want to sit in those gaps, because if you do, chances are enemies are going to spawn from those gaps, and you will end up dying in the process, which is really bad. You'll just surprise deaths out of nowhere. Like, I've got 4 lives right now, but you'd be surprised how quickly you can lose those lives if you're not careful. We got mega credits. We got some more power-ups here. Gonna come up, try to get this mystery, and I missed it, unfortunately. So I'm picking up all these little green diamonds as well, because they give me a tiny bit of money. But as long as you can pick up as many as you can, you should be able to earn some solid cash here. That's shield, and if you shoot these power-ups, you will actually sort of rotate them to the other side. Each power-up icon has 2 sides to it. And so if you see, say, a blue power-up or a blue weapon power-up, which is your spread shot, if you shoot that power-up once, it'll flip over to the red shot. So what I like to do in the early parts is stick with the spread shot. And there should be an invincibility power-up right here. Yep, there we go. And I picked up a different set of firepower, which is okay. Now, killing enemies doesn't give you money, really, for the most part, but they do give you points. And remember that points can be good because you can earn yourself extra lives and whatnot. And it looks like my invincibility is about to run out. It starts to blink when it runs out, or gets low. This music is jamming. I love it. This is actually a really good soundtrack. This is one of my favorite MS-DOS soundtracks. This is a very late MS-DOS game as well. So, the game is pretty polished overall, which makes sense for the era it came out. But it does have some very cheap level design. So you do have to watch out for that. Oh, I died. Now, you do get downgraded on your main firepower when you die. And that was a bit of a waste of a death, unfortunately, because I just beat it. Alright, so we've actually got a lot of cash here. So we'll go ahead and hit F2 to save it. And what I'm going to do is save over my existing save files. So I'm going to actually go ahead and buy the best engine. Just like so. And what I'm going to do here is I might just bank my money for another level or 2. Because these cheap bombs that we have, they're actually really solid. Some of these weapons, like this rebounder, it does a rebound shot. You've got a flamethrower, you got a boomerang gun. Some of these weapons, they're okay. But really, I like to stick with the plasma bomb here, and then work my way up to the dual laser, which shoots lasers forward and backwards, and you can mount them on both the tops and bottoms of your ship, which is much more effective. So, and it also shoots through objects like solid walls and whatnot. So that's the best weapon in the game to me personally. There's also, the most expensive weapon is a torpedo launcher. It's basically a blinking homing shot. I don't find it to be that great. It's not as powerful as the laser. And also there's a Magnum, which basically shoots these huge missiles at an arc. Decent, but still not as good as the laser, because the missiles can't go through walls, whereas the laser can go through walls. So I just try to save up for the dual laser, and that's what we're going to do here. So, hey Carlos, welcome back. Yeah, notice that we're a hell of a lot faster now, so we got the best engine. So I definitely recommend trying to get the best engine if you can. And I think I'm going to actually stick with the pulse shot, honestly. I think that's going to be the best for us right now. because the pulse shot is a lot more powerful than your little spread shot. And since we're so fast, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue here. Getting money is still a high priority, so we can come out of maybe this stage with the best laser. Extra life. So this is an asteroid field. We're going to see a bunch of these over the course of the game. And we're going to see similar sections later on the ground missions with missiles. We'll call them missile fields. But the good thing about these sections is you can get yourself some decent money. Alright, good stuff. Got through that asteroid field pretty easily, actually. I mean, you can see how these missiles just work out really well. Because even if I'm not right in front of an enemy to hit them, because these arc downwards, they're really good at hitting turrets and things like that. Things that are just sort of solid in place, not really moving. And there we go. It actually looks like we're probably maxed out on our gun now, our main gun. Which is good. And remember, when you do die in this game, you do get downgraded. You don't get downgraded a ton, but you do get downgraded a little bit. I do think that the guns in this game, like the weapons that you can buy, are a little imbalanced. I do find that, you know, there are weapons that are clearly better in pretty much every situation than others. That's one thing I don't like about this game, is the weapon system is, I don't think it's balanced that well. For the prices that a lot of weapons cost, it is definitely not worth it. Let's actually switch back to Pulse. Oh god, it switches back again. That's one of the things that you'll run into when you try to just, you know, grab as many power-ups as quickly as you can. Let's see if there's, no, not gonna risk it. Wow, 2 extra lives back to back. That's great. Tony's back. I didn't even know you were gone. So one thing about these bosses is they have a tendency of just dive bombing you. So it's good to just stay away from the boss as much as possible. It's really cheap design. And it's really painful because, remember, you die in one hit in this game. When you get touched by, like, a hard object. And bosses like this will just shoot these guys at you that are homing. So it's good to try to do what, you know, in the shmup scene they call point blanking. You get up close to an enemy, so you not only hit them with your main shot, but you also hit them with your sub shots, doing double or triple the damage. Otto, welcome to the stream. Kim Justice was making fun of Silver Surfer on stream. See, Kim Justice, of all people, I would assume would understand Silver Surfer, because it's totally a Euro shmup. Silver Surfer is a tough game. It is definitely a tough game. If you don't know what to do in it, you're going to have a bad time with it. But as you play it more, you get better, and the game becomes more fun. I love Silver Surfer. It's actually one of my favorite shooters on the NES. Actually, this sounds kind of dumb, but it might actually be my favorite shooter on the NES. Like, I always go back to it when I do, like, NES variety streams. But I also don't have problems with that game. I've been playing it since a kid. You know, I'm not 37 playing it for the very first time. So... Oh, you just finished Silver Surfer, Dasan? Alright, so let's go ahead and buy our laser. And it doesn't look like I can get another one, so we'll go ahead and stick with this. And one thing we can do is we can actually buy satellites. So there are 3 different types of satellites. You have one that just basically doesn't do anything. It rotates around you. You can slam into enemies. And you have another one called the Mind Slammer. And then the Dynamo 500. I think the Dynamo is the best one. And you can carry up to 2. And we have 7 lives, so I am pretty much... The rest of the episode is going to be a gimme at this point. So again, we've got the laser. We should be able to buy ourselves another laser after this level. And for those of you guys that, you know, are just stopping in, this is going to be my strategy for pretty much the entire game. Now, money on the first episode is much more common than money is on later episodes. So, you know, while we're having a very easy time of things right now, things should be much more challenging later on. There are really good chances that we're going to die quite a bit over the course of this playthrough. And when you get a game over, you've got to reload your last saved game. So that means redoing the level all over again, assuming you made a save before playing the stage. But once you get fully powered up and maxed out on, you know, your shop weapons, it's one of those things where all you need to do now is just get cash. Actually, let's go ahead and get this shield. I do need that shield. My shield was about halfway down. Yeah, it's one of those things where once you get fully powered up, you know, you've got the best engine, you've got the best, you know, the best weapons, you've got your pods. After each level, all you need to do is just buy nukes and buy new pods, you know, because the pods can get destroyed. And then that's it. And then you just sort of coast your way through the rest of the episode. Now, just because you're fully powered up doesn't mean the rest of the episode is going to be a cakewalk. Like, you still have to watch out for enemies. Like, these big missiles here will kill me in one hit. I don't know if the small missiles will kill me in one hit, but the big missiles will. There's really no reason to get hit by the small missiles because they die almost instantly. And I just got another extra life. So we've got 8 lives right now. That's crazy. So one thing that's kind of interesting about this game is environments are also semi-destructible. You notice that if I shoot the ground there, the ground becomes, it deteriorates a little bit, which is kind of cool. A lot of environments in this game are like that. Also, this is very Euro schmuppy in that, even though it's not really from Europe, it's from Australia. It's Australian schmuppy. You know, this falls into a subgenre of shoot 'em ups that is usually referred to as Euro shmups, but that just because, you know, it uses the Euro shmup term doesn't mean it's from Europe specifically. It's just a specific gameplay style that usually relies less on fast, precise dodging. A lot of these games oftentimes use shop mechanics, things like that. A lot of these MS-DOS shooters use the mouse as the primary control scheme, which gives them a very unique feel. Not very arcade-like, but yeah, like a lot of, say, Euro shmups, bullets that don't go through solid objects indicate that you can't run into that object. If you touch that object, you will die. I don't even know if that made sense, how I explained that. But basically, you want to just, if you're getting close to land, you want to make sure that your bullets are going through what you're about to run into. If they're not going through what you're about to run into, you are going to die when you run into that object. So on these ground levels, trees have a tendency of killing you instantly. So you have to watch out for the trees on these levels. And on other stages, like the space stages, there are little silos and things like that that look like they'd be background objects, but they're actually foreground objects that you can run into and get killed by. So Hey, Grinch, welcome back. You have caught a stream near the beginning. Yeah, we're not that far in. We're about halfway through episode 1 right now. Alright, so now we have basically the best setup that we can. Just about. So we'll go ahead and buy this, this one, because I don't have enough money for the best one. And let's go ahead and play. I just saved my game. We got 9 lives. So at the beginning of just about every stage in the game, you can mine for some credits. So always shoot at the very beginning of each stage. And here's an invincibility power-up. Oh, that is a mean spawn point. That invincibility power-up appeared inside that rock, so I actually couldn't get it. I couldn't get it without killing myself. So there, I wasn't even using my own advice. I was like, you should, you know, if your bullets aren't going through an object, you will die when you touch it. And I wasn't even paying attention. I just saw that invincibility, and I said, I want that. And I got it, but I died in the process. But it's okay, we have 8 lives. You know, like I said, the rest of this episode's pretty much going to be a gimme. It's going to be the other episodes that are going to give me some trouble. I had a lot of trouble with episode 2 in particular when I was playing this on Twitch. But I persevered, I got through it, and, yeah. I'm actually stick with plasma right now, because I do want to max out my guns. My main gun, because I died, I did lose a little bit of my firepower on my main gun. Oh! I just slammed into that missile. It always hurts so much when you run into something in this game, because you die instantly, and it's just like, you know, you're doing so well, and then boom! And the explosions in this game are very satisfying. They're very visceral. Especially when you blow up. When you blow up, it is quite visceral. And a lot of times it just comes out of nowhere. And so it hits home when you blow up in this game. Extra life, nice. Don't really need it. I mean, I think I'll be fine for the rest of the episode. But it's always good to get those. Getting extra lives in this game, especially later on in the game, is very satisfying. Because the game can be quite tough. Alright, switch back over to the pulse. Alright, boss time. You can always tell when you're at a boss because the music changes pretty much 100% of the time. There we go. Good boss. I'm playing on a dedicated Windows 98 machine, which can run DOS games out of the box. Pro Protector in the UK is so much easier. Is it really easier? I thought the difficulty was the same. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to play that then. I'll have to load it up on my AVS, and yeah, I never heard of Pro Protector being easier. All I knew was that it was re-themed. That was all. Just in time to help you procrastinate. Math this time. I am good, Grinch. Thanks for asking, man. Oh, the shields on the boss name, or the boss shield label is misspelled. Alright, so these are the last couple levels on this episode. Yeah, so Stargunner has 3 different types of environments. You know, again, space, surface level, and then underwater. Or aquatic, as they call it. So, you know, from this point on, I can basically coast my way through. I just have to be careful not to slam into enemies again. And I'm just going to be reiterating that a lot, because that can really catch you off guard in this game. And because I have free reign of my money now, I don't need to buy anything expensive. So I don't have to worry about saving cash. So I can go ahead and use my bombs whenever I want. Because it only costs me 1,000. Assuming I end the level with 0 bombs, it only costs me 1,000 to buy them all back again. Because they're 200 bucks a piece. Man, I got a cough creeping up. That's kind of annoying, actually. Hope that doesn't affect me too much for the rest of the stream. We're still early into the stream. The later episodes take a little bit longer to go through. I find that the stages themselves are longer. And they are more difficult. So it's more likely we'll die. Yeah, and there's so much going on in this game too. I mean, from little background effects like the water bubbles going up the screen, to all the shrapnel when you destroy certain objects and enemies, to the little credits icons fluttering up and down the screen, to all the bullets, and of course your bullets as well. It's definitely a feast on the eyes. It's a very nicely detailed game. It's really nice to look at. Especially when you're playing on a old VGA CRT monitor. It's so nice. So this is a little mini boss. We're going to see it a few times over the course of the game. It's good to just use your nuke on it. Boom, that's it. All right, I am rich. I am rich in lives. I am rich in actual money. So, you know, I don't think I'm going to have a hard time here. So let me actually get rid of this. And I'll show you, I don't know. I'll show you this missile here, the Magnum. Because, again, I don't think I'm going to have too hard of a time. So you get to see this missile now. And actually, coming to think of it, I probably should have slapped it on the top, not the bottom. Because again, the missile can't go through solid objects, while the laser can, which is why the laser is unquestionably the better weapon. And the laser also goes backwards, so I can shoot like these sharks from behind, or sharks that are coming from like behind me. And there aren't any solid objects up top, which is why I should have put the laser on the bottom. So there's a little bit of strategy involved in this game. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I'm on a stage where there's going to be a lot of ground objects, so I should put a weapon that goes through those ground objects on the bottom of my ship. Yeah, and the strength between this missile and the laser is about even from what it looks like. So the laser is just undoubtedly the better weapon. Now this missile can be nice in certain situations because notice that it arcs a little bit, you know, below you, which is nice. While the laser is just, you know, perfectly horizontal. So it's difficult to shoot enemies below you with the laser. Whereas with this missile, it arcs down enough to where you can get right on top of them and you'll still hit them without, you know, being too much at a risk. Got the invincibility. So when you've got invincibility, you can just slam into everything you want. You know, there's no risk. And you have a greater likelihood of actually killing the enemies. You know, say if you're weak or something like that. Alright, it's running out. You have to watch out because it's blinking. One thing I do wish happened was, I wish that when invincible... Whoa, I keep forgetting. This guy lays mines that are really difficult to see. I wish that when invincibility was running out, there was a sound cue. I think sound cues work better than visual cues in a lot of cases. Alright, so we just need to hit this eyeball now. You have to watch out for these sort of like seaweed arms that come up from the bottom. They'll smack you and kill you in one hit. Bam, got it. And that's the episode. So the ending to episode 1 doesn't, it's just a text crawl like that. But episodes 2, 3, and 4 do have animations afterwards. Clockwork Knight is a fun game. I think I have a Let's Play of that game. I thought I had a Let's Play. Huh, I'll have to double check that. I thought I had an old Let's Play. Order the full version of Stargunner now! Except you're already playing the full version. Alright. Stellar Attack. So this is the all-space mission. Or the all-space episode. Well, they're both horizontally scrolling, Carlos. So, you know, that's definitely a good similarity. Yeah. What are you guys talking about? This isn't like Star Wars at all. Not in the slightest. The real battle begins. And they're actually kind of not joking there, so So I'm gonna actually try to use the same strategy as last time. But I might, instead of trying to buy the best engine, I might buy the second best engine. So let's go ahead and quick save it. And this is episode 2, Stellar. And we'll go ahead and play. The mighty Lady Patchy is good. She's actually sleeping right next to me right now on the floor. I brought in her her blanket. So she's sleeping on that blanket right next to me. Oh, I'm so slow. I am unbearably slow. So I always try to get credits if I can, because money is more important than, say, shields. If your shields are already pretty much maxed out, you don't need shields, you need credits. And the shield power-ups in this game are usually backsided by credits. So if you shoot the shield power-up, it'll flip over to credits. And from this episode on, some marooned space marines, or space dudes, maybe not space marines, but space dudes can be picked up, and you'll get some bonus points for them. I usually don't really care that much about the little space guys, because they can be dangerous to get, but they don't give you that many points in the grand scheme of things. I'd rather focus on killing the actual enemies that are right in front of me, the actual enemies that are threats. Oh, that was close. Let's see if we can come up here. Alright, wow, we're actually getting powered up really quickly. Making good use of those power-ups. Sorry, little space guys, you're dead. Either you're gonna die or I'm gonna die trying to get you, so I think you dying is probably better for the greater good of this stream. Yeah, this boss is really cheap. Some guys come in from behind. Oh, nice! First try. Wow, look at that. If I wanted to, I could try to stay slow and get the dual laser right now. But I'm not going to. I'm going to actually go ahead and buy our best engine because I can. And I think it'll be worth it. So now we got the best engine out of the way. We can go ahead and just try to get money for the lasers. Lots of extra lives, which is nice. Okay, invincibility wore off. Good luck in Star Fox voice. Good luck. Isn't that what the voice sounds like in the first Star Fox? It's like... Good luck. We're gonna have to do some Star Fox 64 here soon because of my Ultra HDMI Nintendo 64 There's just so much stuff to do right now, man. I've been on a classic PC binge lately. And since I've been playing a lot of these games on Twitch, I've been well practiced at them. So it's like I should do YouTube streams of them while I'm up to snuff with them. Shield's low. I actually ran into that rock. I actually might be able to come out of this level with the laser. Because I keep getting a lot of money. This is one reason why having the best engine helps out a lot, because I can maneuver much faster, pick up more money faster, and kill more stuff faster. It's just win-win, right? Lots of money. 5,200. So we can definitely come out of this stage with the missile. Ooh, got the extra life. So at specific points in the game, extra lives are... You know, they'll appear at very specific moments, and they'll just rush off the screen. And so you have to be able to grab them really quickly, otherwise you'll miss them. Jeez, 9 lives already. This is crazy. Boom! Wrecked. Dasan collects certain systems, but SNES and NES? Nah, too expensive. Well, you get easy lives if you don't die. I'm actually doing surprisingly well. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our laser. And again, we're going to put the laser on the bottom, because we're more likely to need it on the bottom. There are more floors than ceilings in this game. That's a good rule of thumb. More floors than ceilings. And one thing I can also do is I can actually buy a different weapon to demonstrate. So we'll do the rebounder. It's 2,200 exactly. And I've got 9 lives, so it doesn't really matter, you know, how much money I spend here. We've got 1 laser, and it's way better than no lasers. So I will demonstrate the rebounder. Rebounder is not that useful when there's no ceiling, but notice how it bounces around. Very similar to a specific R-type weapon. It's actually not that bad, come to think of it. It shoots fairly rapidly, which is nice. And it does moderate damage, it seems. Yeah, that laser's actually helping out a lot. Yes, I couldn't even buy any nukes, but I've already got 3 because I picked them up as power-ups on the playfield. Oops, didn't mean to get the plasma, but... So, there are a lot of hidden power-ups in this game, and some of them will be your regular weapons. Plasma, your spread shot, or your straight-ahead shot. And sometimes you'll just end up switching weapons when you don't want to, because you'll pick up a hidden power-up that'll just give you a different weapon. And it is what it is. You get used to it. Both the spread and your other weapon are very useful, but the other weapon is more powerful. Your pulse. We'll probably be able to come out of this level with the another laser as well. Although, with so many lives, I might just demonstrate other weapons. Like, I actually wasn't planning on demoing other weapons on this playthrough, because the game can be really difficult. But because we had such good, you know, like introduction levels, that I am not hard-pressed for money right now. I think that's also one reason why picking your I forgot what the weapon was called, but the bomb sub-weapon that you can pick up or buy right from the beginning. I think it's more important to buy 2 of those, because it lets you kill a lot more, and it lets you get more money, like from on your very first level. Whereas if you try to save money, go into the very first level without an upgraded engine and bank that first 1,500 that you're given, you end up killing less, and you end up earning less. You get less points, so less extra lives from points, less money earned, less of a likelihood you're going to get hidden power-ups, because there are more enemies flying around the screen that you can slam into and die by. So you're better off using the initial 1,500 that you get for weapons. Like, get 2 weapons, one on the top and the bottom of your ship, and it makes life so much easier. So when I was playing this on Twitch, what I would do is I would bank the 1,500, go through the first level without any special weapon. And then I'd come out with not really enough to buy a significantly better engine. So the strategy we're using now actually works out really well. Oops! I moved back too soon and I slammed right into him. Nice. Hey, office. This ship looks like a cute bug. It kind of does, actually. Yeah, the little space guys wave flags. You feel extra bad when you shoot them. Because we're doing pretty well here, I'm not going to actually get a laser. I'm going to buy the torpedo launcher, put that up top, so I can show you what that's like. That's the most expensive weapon in the game. We're just going to buy a bunch of nukes, and then we're going to buy 2, or 1 of those, and then 1 of this. So again, this most expensive weapon is a homing missile. And it's pretty handy, but, you know, I'd rather have that laser, because the laser cuts through multiple enemies. Oops, ow. I'm getting a little fiddly with my, my mouse movement here. A little fidgety. I need to get better with it, because I don't want to lose too many lives. Because these later levels in Episode 2 are actually pretty tough. There are a lot of trollish moments where enemies just come from really inconvenient places, and you die instantly if you're not careful. So Oh, I did it again, man. Gonna need those credits now. Gotta go fast. In a lot of cases in this game, Miku, you actually gotta go slow. Going fast is what gets you killed. Being reckless like me and slamming into objects that kill me instantly. Gonna just kill those space guys. Sorry, space guys. Maybe we can get these ones. Got an extra life. Another extra life. That was a hidden extra life right there. So the hidden extra lives oftentimes get spawned in depending on where you move to on the playfield. Boom, there we go again. Aw, Chris. It's all in the practice, man, and the experience. I mean, I've been playing video games ever since I basically popped out of my mom's womb. They have pictures of me with a Pac-Man shirt on and an Atari 2600 controller in my hands when I was, like, not even a year old. So, I mean, I've been inundated with video games my entire life. So there is that. Alright, so let's go ahead and sell this gun. And I'll buy a different one. So we'll try the, Oh, the Fragmenter here is actually a good weapon. I do recommend this if you're struggling to get the best laser. And let's go ahead and save it again. But yeah, I appreciate the kind words, Chris. Well, I didn't find that hidden extra life, like, intentionally. So there's some things... One thing that you guys have to realize in video games is like no matter how good you are, lots of stuff is just gonna happen conveniently, and that hidden extra life was a convenient extra life. There's no skill involved in finding that extra life. Some things like that just happen. Now there are a couple extra lives in this game where I know where they are and I know where you have to be to trigger them, but I don't know where most extra lives are here, you know. So if you see me getting a hidden extra life like that, it's not always skill. You know, sometimes they just come out, and I'm like, oh, there it is, I'm close by, so I'm gonna get it. And that's exactly what happened with that extra life. So... yeah, so this new weapon here that we bought is actually pretty solid. It doesn't go all the way across the screen, but it creates a big blast that lingers for a few moments. And that can actually, you know, do some major damage to enemies, which is nice. So one strategy I was doing on Twitch is I didn't have enough money to get the best laser, so I did a combination, or I should say two of the best laser. So I did a combination of this short-range weapon and the laser, and it actually worked out really well. It was a really good weapon combo. Invincibility, great. When does the new Doom Eternal come in out? I don't actually know if there's a set release date yet. I thought it was supposed to be sometime this year. Hopefully in the first half of the year. We'll probably find out more at E3. Oh! So I keep moving too far back and I keep slamming into solid ground. But it's okay, we still have 7 lives left. Oh, I did it again. Man, I am just... It's funny, most of my deaths in this game have been accidents. They haven't been like me running into enemies or running into bullets. I've been dodging those just fine. It's been me being dumb and running into solid ground. That is the worst way to go, man. Oh, see, that was my fault. Alright, so this boss I think is going to come down from the top. Yeah, just like that. It's bad for your health. Hey, John, welcome back. People die when they are killed. Okay, so let's sell that one. And I'll get the boomerang. This is probably a bad time to experiment with different weapons, but since we still have a lot of lives, it's not really a problem. You're not getting rid of your Jenny. Why would I get rid of my Jenny? My Genesis, I assume you mean? My Genesis. I have multiple Genesis consoles. I've got a Model 1 and a Model 2. With the Sega CD and 32X. I do have the Analog Mega SG coming. Hopefully it gets shipped out in the next week or two. I ordered it last week or the week before. They said a 2 to 3 week wait time on the shipment. But I don't plan on getting rid of my main Genesis consoles still. I'm probably not going to use them much, but I don't intend on getting rid of them. Just like because I got a Super NT, I'm not getting rid of my Super Nintendo. I boxed it up. It's back in its box now. There's no reason to have it out. But I'm not getting rid of it. I like when you pick up the little space dudes, they go, yeah! They're so edgy. Yeah! The 90s dude. Ow. I think that lightning bolt actually killed me in one hit. Invincibility. These rocks are just falling from this, the top portion of the screen. I like to use the invincibility and just milk them for points. Kind of like that. So notice that we're not getting as much money as we were in the earlier levels. Another extra life. Oh my god. 2 extra lives though. I'll take it. I died once, but I got 2 more extra lives. Ugh. These asteroid fields are actually pretty good for cash. Alright, I have 3 bombs. I should probably use them. Oh joy, it's another one of these guys. These are actually my least favorite bosses in the game. And it doesn't seem like you can really do any damage to this guy after a certain point until like all his arms come out. Which is kind of annoying. Kind of a weird design choice. They probably should have made it to where he doesn't blink until you can actually do damage to him. Now we can do damage to him. Got it. Thanks, guys. Alright, so that, let's go ahead and give into the... Oh, I can't. We'll buy the bi-particle cannon so I can show you what that's like, and then we'll just buy a bunch of nukes. Here we go, and then another one of these. So the bi-particle cannon shoots all the way across the screen until it sees an enemy above or below it. And then it'll shoot both vertically and well, it'll shoot vertically in both directions. It's a little weak, but it's somewhat useful. Because if you can't hit an enemy directly on because, like, you know, say there's a wall blocking your way, the bi-particle laser will actually still hit enemies for you, which is good. But at this point in the game, we're better off having dual lasers, but I didn't have enough money for a second laser. So maybe after this level, we will have enough money for a second laser. Maybe, maybe not. 9 hours? What? Yeah, we're not doing another 9-hour stream. I mean, I am going to stream on Twitch tonight, but if we keep going through these episodes as smooth as we are, or smooth as we have been, this is probably going to be a 3 to 4 hour long stream, tops. And that's probably it. Yeah, it depends on how much trouble we have, too, because if I die, like, get a game over, that means we have to redo, you know, these stages over again. And these stages can get up to, like, you know, 8 to 10 minutes long. Ooh. See, we're actually getting low on our lives now, and that has me a little worried, so I have to be extra careful now. Alright, boss time. Extra life. Now, these guys can actually slam across the screen like that. Which I actually was trying to avoid, but for some reason I still ran into him. One thing I do like is bosses later on in the game have more, like, a greater requirement of, like, traditional dodging. So like this, I'm just doing normal dodging, like up and down, up and down. Yeah, so we got pretty sloppy though, because we ended up losing lives. But that's okay. So I'm only gonna get 1,200 back for that. So what I'm gonna do is just stick with my current setup here. And if I wanted to, no, I can't actually. So let's go ahead and get that. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's buy that one. Go ahead and save it. So we're at stage 8. Episodes 2, 3, and 4 have 9 stages each. So they have more levels than episode 1 does. So they do take a little bit longer to go through. These enemies are a little more dangerous than they are in episode 1. They have spread shots and things like that, so you'll notice that I'm not getting super close to them on this episode for the most part. I'm trying to stay back. Ooh, 2 extra lives. Very nice. So it looks like picking up the same weapon when you're maxed out actually gives you some good points. That's a good way to build up on extra lives. Alright, we will have enough money to get a second laser after this level. We're already at 4,300. And I'll get at least 1,000 for selling my biparticle cannon. Invincibility. Extra life. Another extra life. Okay, we're doing fine now. We're back in business. I don't have to be as careful as I was before. One thing I like to do is I try to use my nukes when the enemies are going backwards. Because you notice that the nukes go backwards as well, or towards the other side of the screen. And so the nuke will sit on top of the enemy longer, thus theoretically doing more damage. Can we store double-digit lives? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Because I've never gone above 9, so I don't think we get double-digit lives. Okay, we're in really good shape now, actually. This is the final stage for episode 2. But I'd say this is probably the hardest level in episode 2 as well. So we do still have to be... I don't know. We don't have to be that careful. We have 9 lives. Who am I kidding? We've got cat's lives right now. There is a hidden extra life here. You come up somewhere. I think you might have to kill this stream of enemies. There we go. And I just made it spawn. Just got it. Oh, see, enemies from the bottom. It's good to not push too far up the screen and sit in a gap, like an open area, like on the top or bottom of the screen. There's good chances our enemies are going to fly out from those gaps. So later on this level, we're going to have a bunch of guys just fly up from the bottom. They're very trollish. They dive bomb you insanely quickly. These little guys here, these like spheres, they open up into enemies that target you. But we have a couple of nukes that we can use. I don't even know what I just got hit by there. So right here is where it happens. Look at that. Look at how fast they fly up. It's so trollish. And they have so much life too. This is why I said early on in the stream, there is some kind of bad level design in this game. It's very, very unfair. But this boss here actually isn't too bad. It's a bunch of turrets like this. But then you actually fight a real boss. So this is kind of an endurance match right here. So if you're low on lives, you need to be really careful at these guys. Otherwise, you're not going to have enough resources for the actual boss itself. So since the laser goes through all objects, you can just use your lasers. There we go. Oh, that's ground. It didn't look like it was ground. I thought it was the background. It's the background. No, it's not. It's the foreground. That sucked. What a waste of a life. A perfectly good, intelligent life. Oh my god, why did I do that? I was too close to the spike. I'm trying to kill these guys first. What? Look at those hitboxes. It's like I didn't even touch it and I still died. We're getting gimped here. Alright, so this is gonna be our main boss here. I like how they're giving us credits even though we can't buy anything after this. This is the last part of this episode. Oof. Alright, we still have to be careful here. We only have 2 lives left. Oh my... Jeez. These lasers do a lot of damage. I think we'll still get this, though. Just have to be careful. So you can see how quickly things can go south in this game. Which is why, when I was playing this on Twitch, I had a hell of a time. I had to redo these levels many, many times. I think we still got this, though. Oh yeah, we got this. Nice. Whew. Hey, I got you beat on that pun, Raymond. Alright, cool. It's actually showing the animation. In the entire Parodius series, pretty slim chances, because I haven't played that many Parodius games. I only own one, which is a Parodius Deluxe Pack on the PlayStation, Japanese. Plus, they're really, really difficult. I'd rather tackle the Gradius series first, which is also insanely difficult when it comes to the arcade games. Alright, I'm gonna go use the restroom, and then when I come back, I'm gonna actually restart my computer. Yep, I'm not saying it's not a great series, I'm just saying I've got a lot of other games to play. Parodius is not a small series. And neither is Gradius. I'd rather cover Gradius first. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Actually, I'll go ahead and just restart now while I'm taking a quick break. They are related, Mark. Parodius is like a parody on the Gradius series, which is why the name is fairly similar, so I'm restarting because when I was playing this on Twitch, we got the animation on episode 2, but then episode 3, we didn't get any animation. Because the game just bugged up, and it didn't fix itself until we restarted. So I'm going to restart just to play it safe. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay. Hey, Red Dwarf. Hey, Sea Snake. I'm okay, Red Dwarf. I just realized I never let this introduction play out, so I'll go ahead and do that too. Come here, Patchouli. Come here. Alright. Alright, episode 3. Piano performance, nice. Alright, so same strategy as before. I'm gonna use the plasma bomb. Go ahead and quick save it. So we're on Terran now. And now, Star Wars. Mega credits, that's good. Always good to get that money. I'm gonna stick with the spread shot here for a little while. Alright, I'm not gonna bother with that volcano thing on the bottom. You can destroy those, but it's too risky sometimes. Right now, it's definitely too risky. But like this one is fine. We're up to $3,000 already. We died once. Go ahead and use a nuke. We got one more nuke. You can see how things are starting off a little more difficult now. But I don't recall the later part of the episode being that bad once I was maxed out. It was episode 2 that gave me the most trouble. You know, it's actually kind of funny is once I got powered up on episodes 3 and 4, I actually kind of blitzed right through them. I didn't really have much trouble at all. But the beginning stages were tough. You know, being downgraded effectively. Extra life, that's good. Another extra life. Oh, I missed the 3rd extra life. Look at me, I'm so slow right now. Look at us. I'm unbearably slow once again. I go ahead and just use the nukes. This is one of those cheap boss designs. They shoot out their little gear things and they go off screen and then come back. Oh, that was bad. Really, really bad. That's okay. We got this. It's okay. We've got a lot of money, at least. Hey, thanks, Red Dwarf. I always appreciate it. And Mark. Yeah, the likes, I mean, the likes don't seem like they help, but they actually do help out quite a bit. So I do appreciate that, guys. Reminds you of Super R-Type. Yeah, you're not the first person to say it's R-Type-like. But yeah, it's horizontal. It's got a similar, stylistically, it's designed similarly, for sure. Yeah, for anyone that might be lurking out there that is new to the channel, which, I don't know, I don't think we have that many new people out there watching. It's, on these Saturday streams in particular, we get a lot of, we get a lot of regulars and you know, subscribers already. But if anyone out there is new, I do live streams on a weekly basis on Thursdays, but occasionally, like today, I do Saturday streams as well. And we are actually capturing this from a actual Windows 98 based PC. It's got a Athlon XP 3000 plus CPU in it. With, I think it's 512 megs of RAM. And we have a Radeon 9550 GPU, 256 megs of VRAM. So those specs don't really mean a whole lot when you're doing MS-DOS games like this. A lot of MS-DOS games aren't that demanding. You can run them on, you know, a mid-range Pentium. Perfectly fine. Like, flawlessly. But those specs come into play when I start playing actual Windows-based games that use 3D acceleration and things like that. Like, we were playing Tony Hawk 2 last night. We were doing Max Payne a little while ago, Serious Sam, stuff like that. So this is quite a versatile machine. You know, I can do really old DOS stuff, have it run really well. But then I can also do more, well, not really modern games, but newer games than games from the mid-90s. I can get into the early 2000s titles as well on this machine. So, very flexible. Alright, so we still have 3 lives. We're probably close to the boss fight. Probably. Yep, boss fight. I really love the soundtrack in this game. And I like it even more now that I've actually gotten through the whole game and I've actually heard everything in the game. It's great music. It's very upbeat. I like it a lot. Good simple beats. There we go. This looks really nice. Gonna have to try it. Yeah, it's free on GOG. Raymond, I don't know if this is... I think this is available on Steam, but I don't know if you can actually download it individually on Steam. You might only be able to get it in, like, one of the apogee packs. But on GOG, it is 100% free. Absolutely. Alright, so we actually don't have enough money to buy a better weapon, unfortunately, so that kind of sucks. We didn't really get much cash at all. But yeah, sign up to GOG, and you can find Stargunner on their website. I have a direct link to the store page for Stargunner on GOG, and as long as you're signed in with your GOG account, you add it to your cart, comes up as $0, and then it gets added to your library. There are a couple of other really good games on GOG that are free as well. One of them is Tyrian 2000, which is a great vertical shooter for MS-DOS. I'd like to do that one, but it crashes on this machine for some reason. So, and I think it works on my Windows 95 box, but I got sound issues on my Windows 95 box. So, it does have its own separate page on Steam. Yeah, but can you still get it, Raymond, on Steam? I mean, like, I know it's gonna have its own separate page, but, like, can you still get it, even though it's free, technically? Like, will Steam actually let you get it for free? That's what I'm wondering. I know I have it on Steam, but the GOG version, you can actually go in and get it on its own. Yeah, let me know if you, like, feel free to clarify on that, guys. Let me know, how that works, if you know. I can also check later. Yeah, links are in the description box of this stream to get it on GOG. And if you don't have a GOG account, I'm sure most of you guys have one, because GOG's been around for, like, over 10 years now. But if you don't have a GOG account, I highly recommend signing up and claiming at least those free games. And then if you want to play other MS-DOS games, they have a fantastic selection. I've got a huge library on GOG. And one thing that's really cool is that if you have an actual retro PC setup like I do, you can take those GOG versions and bring them over to your old computer, and all the original source files are there. So you just run them like it's, you know, like the original games, because they are. It's the original files and everything. So it's really cool. That's actually how I got Stargunner on here. I copied over the GOG version and just run the original Stargunner executables. And that's actually how I got Doom on this machine, is I brought over my GOG versions. Because while I have Doom 2 on CD, I don't have the original Ultimate Doom MS-DOS version on CD. I only have the Windows 95 version on CD. So I wanted the DOS version of Doom. Ultimate Doom. And I was able to get that through GOG. Just bring it over and plop it on this machine. GameWire, yeah, I still have my Jaguar. I haven't done many videos or streams on it recently because I just don't really have any games for it. I sold most of my library in preparation for Saints Flashcart coming out, hopefully soon, sometime this year. The only game on the Jaguar right now I have is Doom. Because I try to collect Doom games. So I have a nice box copy of the Jaguar version. I also have a beta cart for a upcoming reboot game that's coming out that I got to beta test. So I have that, but I don't really want to talk too much about that until the game actually comes out. And I'm going to talk with Reboot to see if I can do a Let's Play of that beta version. It's not much... I don't think it's going to be much different from the final game. Or I might have to just wait until Saint releases the flash cart and then see if I can get a ROM of the game. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no, I will definitely do lots of Jag stuff once the flash cart comes out. But yeah, no, I'm definitely not selling my Jag unless I absolutely have to. Those suckers are expensive now. I generally try to hold on to my hardware unless I've got duplicates. Like, I have two 3DOs. I don't need two 3DOs. I have an FZ1 box that's Japanese. And then I have a Gold Star that's just loose. And I'm thinking about selling the Gold Star because, like I said, I don't need two 3DOs. I do want to eventually get the USB drive replacement for the 3DO. So we can do more 3DO streams. That's one of my issues with my 3DO right now, is I sold much of that library as well, so we can't really do much with the 3DO at the moment. Oh, you can get Stargunner separately on Steam. Just download it. Okay, very cool, man. The Jaguar version of Doom, it's solid. Yeah. It's solid for sure. Alright, so we can finally get our laser. And let's just buy another nuke. Go ahead and quick save it. We're still making quick work of this episode. We haven't gotten a game over yet. So dying is just about inevitable in Stargunner, if you ask me. It's the game over that you don't want. Like, dying is okay as long as you have lives. But it would be really cool if we can do this whole game without getting a game over. That would be a first for me. Alright, grab those credits. Extra life, and I missed it. A little extra life popped up out of the ground, and it was like, hey, hey, see ya! And it just disappeared. It's like, I'm over here, come get me! Oh, no, you missed me. This game is mocking you. Trevor McFur isn't by any means the worst game ever made. It's not a great game, but it's perfectly playable. It's not a game I recommend people play, but there are way worse games out there that you can play. That was close. Nice. Yeah, I decided to just waste my nukes because I didn't want to, I didn't want to die. Club Drive is dreadful. Well, it depends on what you're doing. The tag mode is actually really fun in Club Drive. But the core game itself, yeah, the race modes aren't very good. And it's not that the race modes themselves would be bad, it's just the engine is bad. It doesn't have, like, smooth hills. And it's very, very jarring and can make you sick as you play. It's really annoying. But the tag mode is actually a lot of fun in Club Drive. It's actually, you know, funny thing is tag mode in Club Drive is one of my most enjoyable two-player split-screen experiences ever. So people that do have Club Drive, I do recommend giving that a try with a friend. Getting used to it and playing it, it's a lot of fun. Very few games on the Jaguar that are bad are like just completely 100% bad with no redeeming qualities. So, like even Club Drive, it's got some redeeming qualities. There are fun aspects to it, but there are other questionable aspects, like the game was just rushed in certain parts. One of the things that's not really commented on with Club Drive is that it has a really smooth frame rate. One of the smoothest 3D frame rates on the Jaguar. That's a plus. You know? But yeah, the tag mode is a lot of fun. The rest of the game, yeah, not so much fun, but tag mode is good. I'm gonna buy 2 of these pods. Let's go ahead and play. Stage 5. So we have about 4 more stages on this episode after this. No, it is subjective, which is why when I get comments like what you said, where it's like, oh, it's dreadful, like, well, it depends, you know? It depends on what part you're talking about. If as a whole package, no, I don't think the whole package is dreadful. Parts of the package are dreadful. I try to be a little nuanced with how I talk about games, if you know what I mean. Extra life, shields, power-ups, nukes. The works. They should just say the works instead of saying everything individually. Oh, that hurt. Extra life. Oh, got it. It thought it could get away, but it failed. I have won this extra life game. Oh, I gotta say the hitboxes on these laser turrets is really bad. Like I didn't even, there was a visible gap between me and the turret, and I still died instantly. That's always frustrating. This game is by no means perfect. There are definitely some frustrating parts to it. But once you get a good handle on the game, it's pretty manageable, it's pretty fun. I really enjoy these types of shooters on PC because they require different strategies than your usual arcade shmups. You know, they require a different thought process. Nice. First try. The gameplay reminds you of R-Type. Yes. Hey, Chris Hendricks, watching from Lurkville. I hear Lurkville is a peaceful place. Alright, now we can actually get the laser again as our top weapon. Buy a bunch of nukes. And I will buy one of these. And we still have the other pod, actually. So, that's good. Actually, it's funny, this Intertron pod is like your pod in R-Type. Like, look at it. Where my cursor is. It's the exact same kind of animation. Different texturing and whatnot, but it's the exact same concept. Shame it doesn't act as, like, an option like it does in R-Type. Where it can act as another turret. Can you use it to bash enemies? Yes, you can. That's actually its purpose, is to run into enemies and protect you. The pods will also absorb bullets. I think that their intended purpose is to absorb bullets. But they do damage to enemies as well if they touch enemies. But when they slam into enemies, they have a tendency of dying very quickly. So you're better off having them not run into enemies. Ooh. Man, I didn't think I'd slam into that missile. Got another nuke, that's good. Nukes are very, very handy. I mean, they can just wipe out an entire screen's worth of enemies. And again, like I said at the top of the stream, they're not expensive. They're only 200 bucks a piece. Extra life? One other cool thing about nukes is that if you're maxed out on them, if you have 4, if you ever pick up another nuke on the playfield, it'll automatically trigger it. So you'll get a free screen cleared bomb usage, but you won't actually use your own nuke, which is good. So, very handy to know. So, Stargunner is definitely the kind of game where, I mean, most shmups are like this. I mean, come on. Where the more powered up you are, the easier the game gets. And one of the nice things about this kind of shoot 'em up is that when you die or you take a lot of damage, you don't lose the weapons that you've bought. Now, that actually does happen in Raptor, but in Raptor, you're pretty much dead already anyway when that happens. So that's, you know, there's no point in even bringing it up. Oh, God, Raymond. Alright, nice. Hey, Emil, welcome back. The best shmup of all time? Well, that is totally subjective, Mark. My favorite shmup of all time is Radiant Silvergun. I'd personally say that's one of the best shmups of all time, but some shmup players don't enjoy it that much for one reason or another. For me personally, the original Raiden arcade game's another big one for me. I'd probably put that right behind Radiant Silvergun for me, personally. You know, lots of other great games, man. Lots of other great shmups. Yeah, my favorite is absolutely Radiant Silvergun. Hey, Society, welcome back, dude. So it looks like we have 5 lives. Doing decent on lives. I can take a few deaths and still be okay. Yeah, there are a lot of shmups. Yes, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Lords of Thunder and Gate of Thunder, yep. Yeah, those are great. Alright, got some more credits. Ooh, that was close. I almost ran into the ground. Getting lots of credits. Another nuke. Insta nuke. Yeah, so for those of you guys thinking about trying to play this for the first time, I do recommend trying to play with a controller. So if you have a PC controller, hook that up. If you're using, you know, original era hardware, like I am, you're going to need a game port controller that plugs into the back of your sound card. MS-DOS games, unfortunately, do not really work with MS-DOS games. Like, they get confused. The MS-DOS games get confused. Like, on this game, I can have the fire functions work and one direction work, but the other directions are borked. Just completely busted. And I did a little bit of research online, and it's normal, unfortunately. I could have sworn I had USB controllers working back in the day, but I mean, USB controllers on MS-DOS titles on original era hardware. But no, it's not working. But if you're using, you know, a modern system, using DOSBox, say the free version of this from GOG, you should be able to use a modern USB controller on that. It should pick up just fine. And that'll give you more precise movement. Now, I've always played this game with the mouse, so I kind of like playing it with the mouse still. Actually, what I could have done there is bought another extra life. And I might actually be able to do that on the next stage. Xbox One controller work for it? It should, Brandon, if you're using DOSBox on a modern system, it should. Worst case scenario, you can use something like Joy to Key, which will map controller functions to keys on your keyboard. And then you map the game to those keys on your keyboard that are mapped to your controller, your Xbox pad, and then you can control the game that way. Basically, your inputs on your controller will be triggering keyboard keys, even though you're not actually touching the keyboard. That's what Joy to Key does. And it's a useful program to use for old school style games that might not recognize a USB controller. So I actually have a Gravis gamepad. It's a GamePort controller that plugs into the GamePort in my sound card. And it's all grimy and nasty. I bought it on eBay several years ago, and I never got around to using it until I put together my Windows 95 and 98 machine. And it's all grimy. I have to clean it up, but I do want to get that into this rig normally so I can use it with a lot of DOS games. I'm just wrecking havoc right now on this place. Mistakes were made. Extra life just fell from the sky. I'll take that. Oh. And as usual, I die not because I run into bullets, but I just slam haphazardly into a wall. Like, I've actually played pretty well on bosses and things like that. The greatest threat to me in this game has been the floor and the walls and the ceiling. It's been pretty pathetic, actually. I like these bosses where I actually have to dodge, like bullets. Those are nice. Yeah, the TurboGrafx has a huge amount of shmups. Yeah, it's got a great library. Great library in general, but great shmup library, for sure. Alright, so let's buy our nukes, and then buy one of these. Buy an extra life. Look at that, 6 lives. Looks like this is our last level for episode 3. We're maxed out on firepower pretty much, and we got 6 lives. Might have another life by the end of this level. One of those few that likes Keith Courage. I mean, Keith Courage isn't bad. I wouldn't say it's great by any means, but it's not a bad game. It's perfectly playable. It's just a little repetitious, you know? It's got some grating audio. And those, you know, Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it should have been a pack-in, honestly. But, yeah, it's still not bad. Max Steel. Oops. I thought that was the one you could actually squeeze through. And then there was like an invincibility power-up, but apparently not. Yeah, Max Steel was a Dreamcast game. I think it might have actually also been on PC back in the day. From the Windows 98 era, basically. Oh, what? I slammed into a missile. Alright, I need to be careful. I'm losing... Oh, I got another extra life. Alright, never mind. It's not too bad. I think I'm better out trying to take out these walking turrets. Because they keep hitting me. My mouse trigger finger is starting to get worn out. I've been holding down the left mouse button for ages now. For a couple of hours. Alright, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is episode 3. Yeah, Last Resort's that's a great game. I've wanted to Let's Play that for a long time. I should probably try to do that soon. I haven't done anything Neo Geo in a very long time. Oh no! Come on! Why? 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 I restarted the computer to protect against this, and it just... Alright guys, well we're not seeing the episode 3 ending. Yeah. I rebooted the computer hoping that this wouldn't happen, and... sure enough, it happened. Well, there's no again, Carlos. This hasn't happened yet on this stream. I'm going to reboot the computer again just in case. But it happened on Twitch earlier in the week, and we solved it by restarting the computer. But it... that preliminary reboot earlier was, I guess, unnecessary. Yeah, that's a bummer. I mean, because people might be watching this on the archive looking for like a Stargunner long play, and they'll be disappointed when they don't see the ending. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. So we've actually only been streaming for 2.5 hours. We've actually been making good time. I was predicting about an hour for each episode, but we're not even 3 hours in. We're on episode 4 already, so... Alright, well sorry about that, guys. That's just completely out of my control. So, Aquatic Combats, Episode 4. Thanks, Brandon. Yeah, at the end of the stream, I might be able to bust out the webcam and show you guys the room again. For those of you guys that missed it at the end of the Doom stream, which most of you probably did, because it was like 5 in the morning by the time I did it. That's unacceptable. I'm unsubbing now. In a snobby voice. Alright, so same strat. We're gonna buy the plasma bomb. And then we're gonna go ahead and quick save it here. Yeah. Alright, aquatic. The beginning of episode 4. This is our last episode. Back to being really slow. Got some decent credits to start. Yeah, since we're super slow, we have to watch out for enemies behind us, too. I'm trying to get credits whenever I can, not shields, because I want to be able to upgrade my ship. Nice. That was a nice free nuke. Here's another free nuke. Upgrading our main gun pretty well. That's good. Invincibility. Got it. Extra life. Nice. Extra life? Oh, man. Okay. I'll take all these good power-up drops. Alright, boss time. We got some good cash right now. Yeah, man, buying these bombs in the beginning are so useful. They're helping me out a ton. It's making life so much easier. Like, even if I can't, like, physically move away from enemies because I'm so slow, my missiles or little bombs will take out the enemies for me. Yeah, the music in this game, Society, is actually really good overall. I can't really think of a tune I don't like. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that best engine. And we're going to buy ourselves another nuke, and then we're going to go ahead and save it, and then that's it. Yeah, so when I played this on Twitch, I was not able to buy the best engine after the first level, past the first episode. So we've definitely played a lot better. We played a lot better here on this stream. Invincibility. Bam. So whenever I get invincibility, I like to try to move into walls and things like that, because a lot of times you find secrets either in a wall or like right next, so close to a wall that you'll probably die trying to get the power up. And you can also use the invincibility to just slam into enemies. Look, hit an extra life right there inside that that structure. You can't get that extra life unless you're invincible. So take advantage of the invincibility and just slam into everything. Oh, these damn piranha things. I forgot how much they have so much health. Look at how much health they have. These are some of the most resilient enemies in the game. Alright, so we've got enough cash to buy the laser after this level. That's good. Honestly, when I played this on Twitch, I don't think we had any trouble in episode 4 past the first couple levels. The first couple levels were tricky because I wasn't earning money as efficiently. And so, you know, if you're not upgraded, things are harder than they would be if you're upgraded. But since we're getting upgraded pretty quickly, we're having a really easy time. But even with that issue on Twitch, once we got powered up, the rest of the episode was actually really easy for us. Oh. I thought I could do it without using a nuke. I wanted to save that money. Tacos. So, my birthday is next Saturday. And I'm gonna go over to my parents' house and we're gonna do a taco dinner. It's gonna be glorious. Because tacos are glorious. Alright, let's keep going. Yep, it's next week, Tony. My mom was like, you want to go out to dinner somewhere? And I thought about it, and I was like, nah, let's hang out at the house and make tacos. That's better than a restaurant. Right, stay away from these piranhas. These guys suck. Look at that. I'm not killing any of them. I pretty much have to nuke them. Hey, I know what you can send me, Vampire. You can send me a Vampire Killer X68000. I'm just kidding, man. I traded that to Tony a couple weeks ago. You can just send it back to me. That's fine. That'd be a good birthday present. Alright, let's go ahead and get that shield instead of credits. Oh, we'll get the credits that time. Yeah, Tony has my Vampire Killer X68000. I traded it to him. It's one of his holy grails, and I wanted something that he had. And I have no way to use the X68000 game, so the thing he traded to me was much more useful to me. This guy is so fast. Boom. First try, no deaths. No deaths on the boss. Enchiladas. Aliens destroyed. Only 67%? It felt a lot more than that. And only 38% secrets. Man. We suck at finding secrets. Eight lives. We are in really good shape for the rest of the episode. You got your package. What package did you get? Oh, by the way, I don't think I told you, Tony, but I got your USB controllers the other day, so thank you for that. Okay, so yeah, this we can actually go through for a hidden 1-up. 2 1-ups! Look at that! Oh, we just lost one. It's okay, it doesn't look like you can go above 9 lives anyway. Yeah, I got a couple packages in the mail today, too, from eBay. I got Iron Blood, which is a side-scrolling 2D action game for MS-DOS by a Korean studio. It looks very 16-bit console-ish. And then I got the first Wipeout for PC by Psygnosis. 3D accelerated. So I'm going to install those later tonight. Do they work? Oh, I haven't tested them out, Tony, because I hooked up my PS1 Classic controllers, and I'm just gonna use that because it's you know. So I'm gonna keep the other controllers as backups, and maybe test them out later. But right now, I've got my PS1 Classic controller hooked up to this machine, and it's great. Oh, and guess what? Those USB Saturn controllers I bought on eBay. They weren't USB Saturn controllers. My dumbass bought generic Saturn controllers. Actual Saturn controllers. Not USB Saturn controllers. Hey, Jose. So, I have 2 crappy third-party Saturn controllers. Actual Saturn controllers. But it's okay. I mean, I don't really need the USB Saturn controllers now, because I have PS1 Classic controllers. They're... You know, they're actually better than the third-party USB Saturn controllers. Because they feel good. They feel really solidly built. I mean, I prefer the Saturn controller design, but the parts in the PS1 Classic controllers are much higher quality. They're much better built controllers. Yeah, I didn't pay attention when I was shopping for USB Saturn controllers on eBay. And the listing just says generic Saturn controller. And I, for some reason, it was the exact same picture as the USB Saturn controllers from another listing. And so when I got them in the mail, I was like, sweet. And then I opened them up and I was like, uh-oh. These are Saturn ports. These aren't USB. Yeah, no, an analog Saturn system won't happen anytime soon. I think the FPGA requirement would be too great at the moment. Yeah, so I wouldn't bet on that, Carlos. Shame you can't sell your pods up here, though. You have to destroy them. Alright, let's go ahead and save it. You just sent a message through Facebook. Well, I can't check it right now, Tony. I won't be able to check it until I'm done with the stream. Oh, you sent one to Miku. Gotcha. Invincibility. And to me. Yeah, we are just ripping through this game. I had such a hard time beating this on Twitch. I died so many times. Like, I gamed over so many times. Not just died. I got game over so many times. And we haven't gotten a single game over on this stream. And it's not looking like we will. Alright, let's get that shield. Pulse. Yeah, so this guy's back. With his brother! There are two of them now. Although, I just wrecked him. Boom. That was actually pretty easy. Tony just got a Super Metroid! A boxed Super Metroid. Sorry, man. You know I couldn't keep that a secret. That's amazing, man. Congrats. I would love to have a boxed Super Metroid, man. I used to have one, but, you know, that was before everything shot up in price. I used to have that. I used to have Demon's Crest, Secret of Mana, Final Fantasy 2 and 3, Mario RPG, Earthbound, Dracula X, Super Castlevania 4. Yeah. Yeah, I've got to do a Super Metroid stream again sometime soon, too. Yeah, based on the picture, man, it looks like it's in excellent condition, so congratulations on that. So who else is still out there? How many? Looks like we got quite a few lurkers right now. We almost have 30 people watching. How many likes are we up to, too? I don't usually keep track of that, but I'm like, Maybe you guys can tell me. Office is lurking. Right on, man. Remember Chris Hendricks said he was out there lurking. I don't know if he's still there. Raymond is still there. Awesome, man. You just don't know what to say. You just say funny things like you always do, Raymond. Oh, why am I slamming into stuff still? This is one of the issues with playing with the mouse, is you just... If you're not really careful, you just slam into things you don't mean to. Oh! And the extra life got away from me. Grinch may or may not be lurking. Raymond says funny things. And Chris is still there. Cool, man. Say funny things, Raymond. Funny things. That's great. Yeah, I died so many times in this level, I've actually gotten downgraded on my main firepower quite a bit. It's okay, I actually can probably buy another extra life after we're done with this level. Oh look, there's an extra life. Don't even need to beat the level to get the extra life. Brandon says something. Say something, Brandon. Something. Yeah, so this is very much an R-type boss. This is the, what is it? I think the 5th level boss from the original R-type. I mean, it's the exact same concept. They obviously took it... They obviously took inspiration from R-type with this guy. But the difference is this guy actually starts shooting. Ow! Ow. Ow. You have your pizza in a Super Metroid. $17 likes. Thanks, guys. Oh, man. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our nukes. My pods still haven't gotten killed. What the hell? I can't buy the best pod because my other pods haven't died yet. They're apparently not touching the enemies. So I'll just buy an extra life. '90s techno is best kind of techno. This is breakbeat too. This is even better. This music would actually go perfectly with a breakbeat DJ mix from the era. It would fit in perfectly. It's banging. I love it. Planning anything for Easter? I don't celebrate Easter, Raymond, so no. Just another day for me. Actually, you know what I am celebrating? Or what I am planning, not celebrating, is I am working! Wait, what day is Easter? That actually might be on my vacation. What day is Easter? Is Easter tomorrow? Or is it next week? Or the week after? And if you guys tell me exactly what day it is, then I can tell you what I will or will not be doing. Next weekend? Oh, I'll be off work then. I'm taking vacation next week. Yeah, it's on it's the day after my birthday. So I might be hungover on Easter. I might be very hungover on Easter. I don't know yet, though. Yeah, so from the 20th to, like, the 28th, no, 27th, I'll be off work. This boss is kind of annoying, to be honest. You just want to kind of stay away from them, but their movement is really erratic. Wow, we did it without dying. That's good. You remember this game? Hell yeah. Not many people watching today remember this game, because they haven't even heard of it. It's great to hear from someone that has seen it before. Hungover on Easter. That's pretty much your uncle. Well, to me, Easter is just another day. You know, it's... And actually, it's kind of annoying, because Easter's annoying to me, because places are often shut down on Easter. And since I work Sundays, I can't go and get fast food at a lot of places. So it's more of a pain in the ass to me than not. Yeah, the shareware version as a kid. Nice. Yeah, my parents actually bought me the full retail version back in the day. It was just like a surprise present. I think they just... Either it was like... It was for like my birthday or something. It was just one of the games they got me. Or they just came home with it one day. Probably because it was really cheap. So I did get to play this a lot back in the day, but I never beat it. I only beat the first episode, then played a little bit of episode 2, and that was it. The game was really hard for me back then. Alright, more piranha dudes. But now that we're fully powered up, we can actually kill them. I usually watch Life of Brian. You actually had to go through that wall. And you could tell that you could go through it because your main bullets go through it. If your main bullets go through a wall, you can go through that wall. Always look on the bright side of life. Digging the shop tune, hell yeah. The shop tune is great in this game. I mean, I like pretty much this entire soundtrack. It's a really, really solid soundtrack. A very, very underrated soundtrack, actually. Because not a lot of people are really familiar with this game. I mean, for those that like energetic electronic music, this is excellent, excellent. Not everyone's into that sort of stuff, but for those that do, it's awesome. It's a fantastic soundtrack. All right, this part's gonna be a bit of a pain. And we're dead. So, you know, something I just now realized, and I had a hunch about it early on in the playthrough, is that when you blow up these mines, their explosion actually hurts you. Okay, I've got so much cash now I can just go ahead and use my nukes on these guys. There we go. I intentionally blew up my little pod so I can buy the best pods. Your favorite game tunes are original NES games? Yeah. NES music and music from that era in general is very electronic music-like. Which is probably one reason I got into electronic music after a while, is I grew up with NES games and then Genesis games and Super Nintendo games. You know. Okay. Just buy those and go ahead and quick save. Starting to get dark in here and I don't have any lights on. Oh, this is our last level. Jeez, we're already almost done with the game. Just over 3 hours. This actually went way faster than I expected. We might have to try a quick round of hard mode afterwards. Just to see what it's like. Oh man, yeah, Wizards and Warriors is great, dude. I'll have to do a variety stream where I play through the first Wizards and Warriors again. I did a Let's Play of it a few years ago. Gonna go ahead and just take the shield, because we're not gonna be able to buy anything else. This is our last level. I just hope it gives us the ending, as opposed to last time where the ending just blacked out. The game basically locks up, and you have to exit it. You have to force close it out. It's one of the things I like about running DOS games in Windows, is that when a game crashes, you don't have to reboot your system. In some cases. I mean, some games will lock up your system completely, whether you're in Windows or DOS. But in the case of this game, you can alt-tab out, force close it out, and then keep using your system normally. Just load up a different game or reload the game. Oops. That's right, that's solid. I'm an idiot. Oh crap, we've got 3 lives. Ugh. That's actually not good. I have to be careful now. Once we get down to like the 3 life range, we actually really have to watch out. If I want to do this without continuing, I actually really have to watch out now. I remember this last part of the stage actually being kind of tricky. Man, now I want to play some Wizards and Warriors. I haven't played that in a long time. Like, I've played Iron Sword more recently, but not Wizards and Warriors, the original. Okay, so we have to actually destroy the bottom thing here. Oh. There we go. Alright, I think we got this. The snakes are actually harder than the second form. You should feel terrible, Miku, for missing my Doom stream. Oh, I did it again. Come on, man. Alright, guys. Well, we don't get to see the ending to Stargunner. That sucks. Black screen. You can't do anything about it. That really blows. Well, at least we got to see the ending to the second episode, because when I played this on Twitch, I didn't get to see that ending. It blacked out like that. It sucks. Sucks! I think the sound glitched out too, actually. Yeah, no sound. Glorious. Thanks, Stargunner. You're amazing. You know, it's like I rebooted the system to guard against that problem, but no. No, didn't work. Didn't work. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, Patchouli, you're not even on your bed. She's like half on her blanket and half off. Yeah, well, sorry about that, guys. I apologize. I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do, unfortunately. And I don't think there's a cheat to just watch the endings. Like, I don't think there's a way to just watch the cutscenes in this. Oh, God, for God's sake. Stargunner, you're starting to piss me off, Stargunner. You are starting to piss me off now. It actually did that before starting the stream. Stargunner. You're pushing your luck here. There we go. Pushing your luck, game. Hey, Patchouli. Bad Stargunner. Bad. Okay. So, should we try a hard mode? Or would you rather just see my setup and my cat? Or both? I should, yes, says Raymond. Both, he says. Absolutely, both is good. Patchouli hard. Alright, we'll try a little bit of hard mode, and then we'll show the game room and Patchouli. I just turned on all the lights, so you should be able to see the game room pretty well. And I'm just trying to figure out like what the difference is. I'm assuming we probably take more damage. Maybe more enemies. Maybe not. So I'm not entirely familiar with like the enemy. Ooh, okay, that hurt. Yeah, it definitely seems like we take more damage. I'm not entirely familiar with the enemy density of the normal mode. Like, I don't have this game memorized in that regard. So it's hard for me to tell, like, what the major differences are between the difficulties. But so far, it seems like we do take more damage faster. Which is very typical of higher difficulties. One thing I like about episode 1 is there are a lot of easy to get secret power-ups. Like, okay, not right there, but there's one right there. It's definitely a real, you know, episode 1 might actually be, to me, the best episode in the game. And it's ironically the shareware episode. But overall, I'd say the whole game is good. It's not like episode 1 is the only one you should play. You should definitely play the whole game. The whole game is good. My cat's rubbing up against me. She's like, give me attention now, please, human. Human. I don't even know your name, human. So I'm gonna call you human. Yeah, looks like these guys take longer to kill. Granted, I am weaker. Ow. Ooh, I got lucky. Your clickbait IGN review? Yeah, well, we got a lot of cash. No point in selling. I just realized we only have one life, and I didn't save it. So we have to do pretty well here. Yeah, it's you know, it's definitely harder. I will definitely give it that. Which is good. You know, when you blaze through the game like I just did, you do want a harder difficulty mode afterwards. Yeah, you know what's funny about this music? It is very Silver Surfer-like. And that's a good thing. That game has an awesome soundtrack. Oh yeah, much more going on now. I'm glad I was able to buy that best engine. Man, lots of nukes, thank you. I will take that. Oh, I still touched it. That's the bad hitbox right there. Oh, I... crap. Oh, crap. And my run ends because I'm just dumb. I was trying to get power-ups, and I just lost like 3 lives back-to-back. Yet, Grinch. Dude, I've got multiple playthroughs on this channel, dude. No, I've beaten Silver Server dozens of times over the years. Well, I think this is the end of the road, guys. The end of the line. Ow, that was close. Yeah, the collision detection is... It's fine when it comes to regular enemies. And it's fine when it comes to bullets. It's actually pretty accurate. But when it comes to inanimate objects, like floors it seems to be really bad. Which is odd. Usually it's the other way around in games. Like, wall physics are pretty good, but enemy physics might not be good. Or collision detection, I mean. Yeah, I might need to do an updated Let's Play of Silver Surfer, actually. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Holy crap! There's not much I can do about that. And I am surely going to die here. You dick. Hey, you guys get to see the death animation. It's the first time in the entire stream. Ugh. Oh, man. Alright, well that is pretty much the whole game, guys. Glad to have tried a little bit of the hard mode, which is cool. Snake! Alright, let's see about, Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to bust out the webcam here so you guys can sort of see the room. You can see my kitty. Okay, so there's gonna be some shaky cam going on. Oh man, and the exposure is absolutely horrendous. Hold on. Yeah, I need to bust out my C920. I just need to find it. This is an older webcam. It's not that good. Yeah, here we go. This is my setup. For those of you guys that haven't seen it yet, I rearranged last weekend. This is where I do gameplay for systems that are over there, like my AVS. But over here, I have my retro PC set up. So unfortunately I lowered the exposure so you guys can't really see it. It's nice and dark actually. And down here we have a little kitty. What you doing, girl? Alright, let's bump that back up so you can see her. Patchouli! Hey, Patchouli! What you doing, Patchouli? Hey, you! So she's not even on her blanket right now. She was on it for most of the stream, and then she was half on, half off. Now she's totally off completely. She's where my feet would be right now. I don't know how I'm supposed to actually play the game. What you doing, Patchouli? You're chilling out right now. She's actually been quite cooperative this whole stream. Surprising. Normally she just nags me like crazy. So here's the rest of the room. I've got, this is actually the PC we're running. It's what's called a sleeper PC, where you basically have new cases. I've got colored fans on both sides. I've got them on the other side and the back as well, so it actually kind of lights up the room a little bit. But it's basically some new hardware with old hardware inside of it. So a new case with an old system inside of it. So when someone comes in and looks at this, they think it's a normal modern PC. Oh, here's Stargunner. How old is she? She's about 6 years old. Patchouli! 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 Patchouli, what you doing? She's like, I don't care about you, human. But yeah, this is actually my main... Uh-oh. Come on, camera. Yeah, this webcam has issues. Yeah, I don't know why it has issues. I need to find the other webcam. Yeah, I was gonna say, this is my main system right here. Dude, what are you doing, webcam? Dude, it keeps freezing. Alright, why are you doing this? It might just be the USB extension cable is flaky. Oh wow, it's not even working now. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to actually lower the resolution, see if that helps at all. One of the problems with this webcam is it doesn't have built-in encoding like my C920 would. Yeah, there's my main system. This has my Ryzen 1700X in it. There she is. Hey, you! But here's the rest of the room. I haven't done anything with the closet yet. I just rearranged last week. But some of my game consoles boxed dirt. Oh my god, it did it again! It's like the second, this moves. It's... See, this is why I need to run a camcorder into the Elgato. I would not be having these problems. Okay, I need to be really careful. Yeah, I don't think it's not the USB cable. But yeah, this is my console setup. It used to be on the other side of the room where my computers are now. So I just grab a console, and then I bring it over to the desk and hook it up and run it into my capture setup. So right now I've got my Nuon, my Wii, my Sega CD. I don't have my Genesis Model 1 out because I'm waiting for the analog SG, Mega SG to come. I'm going to hook it to the Sega CD. Xbox One X, Switch, Dreamcast, GameCube with Japanese Game Boy player. Ultra HDMI modded N64, Sega Saturn, Analog Super NT, Microsoft Xbox, a Japanese PC Engine Duo, Neo Geo CD, Genesis 2 with 32X, since I can't do 32X on the Mega SG, a US PS2, Japanese PS2, PS Mini, or PS Classic, PS4, Jaguar, 3DO Japanese FZ1 with a 240p switch, and then my PS3. And then I've got some other consoles in boxes, like I have an Atari 7800 up there. Actually, that's in the other room. I got my original Super Nintendo is in its box right there. I've got my Genesis Model 1's actually in my Genesis 2 box. And I have some other consoles in the living room. I've got some others in my bedroom. Yeah, then I have my shelf of games here. Well, watch out, Patchouli. Hey, you. Yeah, my shelf of games. Can't really see it too well. And then I've got a spindle around here. Oh, there we go. Lots of classic PC games. This is going to get filled up with more PC games for my retro rigs. Alright, Patchouli time. It's Patchouli time. Assuming my webcam can keep up with it. What you doing, Patchouli? Patchouli? You look good girl. She's a good girl. Yeah, I had thought about doing an updated game room video, but I'm probably not going to. I'm probably just going to just show it to you guys on stream like this. I might do this more often, but next time I have to remind myself to just hook up my camcorder. Hey, Patchouli. Good girl, Patchouli. That's a good girl. You're a little chunker. You turn into a little chunker. Hey, Branch. Yeah, so for those of you guys wondering what the little kitty emote is on my channel, it's her. It's actually her. So now you kind of understand where that comes from. Girl, Patchouli. Good girl. Patchouli fan club. Yeah, she has a lot of fans. Hey, good girl, Patchouli. More rolls in the bakery. Well, you should see my mom's cat, Mom. Mark. Not Mom. You should see my mom's cat, Mark. You're such a good girl. You're playing rather nice right now. You didn't meow much at all this stream. That was good. Here, come here. Come here. Here, Patchouli. Come here, girl. Come on. Come on. You don't want to go on. She doesn't want to go on her blanket right now. It's weird. You don't want to go on your blanket. Blinding. But yeah, I also have my PS1 Classic controller hooked up. It's USB. And these are really good controllers, so it doesn't work with the DOS games, but it works perfectly with the Windows 95 and 98 games for the most part. We're going to do a PC stream of Mega Man X4 soon. We're going to use this controller. It's just like the PlayStation version at that point. So that'll be fun. Oops. I hit escape, which apparently stops the music. Ugh. Alright, you little cutie. I'm gonna head out here in a minute. She just goes boom right into it. What you doing? The only reason to buy a PS Classic? The PS Classics aren't very expensive, man. And it's not as bad as people made it out to be. I did a live stream a few months ago, and it was fun. I mean, you can hack it, and it's a very easy hack. And the emulator inside of it is good, as long as you're playing 60 hertz games, you know? Going out? Not on my watch. What you doing, Patchouli? Patchouli! This is how I baby talk her all the time. Ugh. Are you looking into Raymond's soul? Are you looking into everyone's soul, Patchouli? You gonna chew my shoelace? Up here, Patchouli. Up here, Patchouli. Good girl. Alright. Well, I think that's enough of that. Too much exposure. But at least you can see the game screen. This beautiful, beautiful VGA monitor. It is amazing. I'm so happy with this thing. I'm so glad I got it. And this is one of the catalysts for me rearranging my game room, is I wanted a permanent retro PC setup. Alright, watch out, girl. Alright, watch out. I gotta move the chair. Alright, guys. Well, I think that is going to do it for the stream. We're just under 4 hours, so this stream should actually process really quickly. Which will be nice. So this, well, yeah, I'm trying to debate if I'm going to post it tomorrow or if I'm going to post it on Tuesday. I think I'm going to go ahead and probably post it tomorrow, since I don't have a Let's Play going up tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed seeing Stargunner. It's a very cool game. I highly recommend checking it out. Again, if you look in the description box, I've got a link to the store page on GOG. As long as you have a GOG account, which is free, the game is a free download. So log into your GOG account, add the game to your cart. It'll show up as $0, and then you can check out. It'll get added to your library. Or if you don't have a GOG account, just sign up for one and then add it to your cart, check out, it'll be $0, and then you'll get it added to your library. Raymond also confirmed that it's on the Steam store page. It has a Steam store page as well, also free. So if you have a Steam account, you can do that. I like GOG because you'll get some extra perks. Like you might be able to download the soundtrack separately. You can read the manual typically. And there are sometimes other features as well that you can get. So there are some nice perks on GOG that you don't get on Steam. But gameplay-wise, it's basically the same on Steam and GOG. They're both bundled with DOSBox. So it's going to be the same experience gameplay-wise, but you do get some extra perks on GOG. Also, with the GOG version, it's easier to copy the installer and play it or install it on multiple systems at once. So that's also a nice little perk as well. So definitely check it out, guys. Anyone with a PC in the last 15 years can run this game through DOSBox with the modern GOG or Steam version. So you know, there's really no excuse to try it out. If it looks interesting to you, absolutely try it out. Mark asks, definitely enjoyed that. What are you going to stream next? I'm thinking on Thursday, I might do my Mega Marathon stream, or Mega Manathon. So a couple weeks ago, I posted my Mega Man 6 Let's Play, and toyed with the idea of doing all 6 Mega Man games on one stream. So I think I might do that this upcoming Thursday. Tony, I am going to Twitch it. I need to go to the store to get some drinks, so I can try to stay up all night. So probably within the hour. I might go get some more food too. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna call it Mega Mania, or a Mega Marathon, or a Mega Manathon. I don't know. What sounds best to you guys? But yeah, we'll start at 9 p.m. We'll do all 6 Mega Man games. And it should be a good time. Yeah, it should be a good time. And then, I might try to come back and do Mega Man X4 on PC shortly after that. Because, yeah, I want to play through that on this stream. I've been meaning to go back and do some of the X games again that I've already covered. But I want to do different versions if I can. So the PC version will be really cool to do. Probably aren't that many playthroughs on YouTube of just the PC version. It's mostly PlayStation and Saturn, I'm sure. So that'll be fun. Raymond says Mega Mania. Tony says Mega Mania. Mega Stream. Brandon says Mega Mania. Okay, Mega Mania. I guess I'll have to call it Mega Mania then. All right, folks. Well, I think Mega Mania it is. Mark says Mega Manathon. But it's at 1 to at least 3 or 4 right now, so I think it's gonna be Mega Mania unless other people chime in. Yeah, Miku says Mega Mania as well. Raymond says Mega Mania sounds cool. Yeah, I think Mega Mania it is. Yeah, so I think I'll do that on Thursday. I want to knock that out because I did suggest it, and a lot of people, they were definitely warm to that idea. They definitely said that was a good idea, so I should do it. I should get that knocked out so I can focus on some other streams. I still need to stream the Nuon and my N-Gage. I've been talking about those for months, so I need to try to take care of those. And yeah, I still got some things I need to do, so... Mega Games. Manfred says Mega Mania. Okay, yeah, Mega Mania it is. Catmere is back. We are ending the stream right now, Catmere. But, alrighty, folks. That is pretty much it. I will be going on Twitch in a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of time, but I will be doing that. So for those of you guys that follow me over there, feel free to hang out. I'm going to be playing more 98 PC or Windows 98 PC games and a couple of MS-DOS ones. I have Iron Blood here I'm going to install. I also have the first Wipeout on PC I'm going to install. And then it's possible I might switch over to a console after that, but we're going to start with PC. So feel free to hang out there if you're familiar with that. And yeah, thanks for all the support, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe try another approach other than Buster only. Well, I mean, not much of another approach I can do. I mean, I'm not gonna try to like challenge run it and do like no damage or something like that, or or pacifist. But I mean, I can experiment with the sub-weapons more, which isn't a problem. But yeah, I'll think about it. I've got the next, you know, 4 to 5 days to think about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna challenge run it because I've got 6 games to play through. It's gonna be like another 8-hour-long stream. So, but I'll definitely think about trying to mix it up a little bit. You know, it's like Mega Man 3. I can use Needle Man or Shadow Man and stuff like that. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, you too, Raymond. Thanks for hanging out, man. And Tony, thank you, sir, for that generous super chat. And it looks like I don't have my alert box showing up here. But thank you so much, Tony. Hey, thanks, Mark. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. That is it. I'll try to have the archive to this up tomorrow in case you missed any of it. And for you Patreon backers like Chris Hendricks, I posted next week's Let's Play on Patreon today. So go check that out if you want to watch that early. And yeah, I guess until the next one, guys, take it easy.